Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the high score challenge. It's going to be my first strategy for free-to-play players. It's going to be very simple and very basic. It's going to get you about 8 million without luck and more than 8 million if a lot of stuff actually goes off, like paralysis and sleep. So for this setup, there's two versions. First version is going to rely on one Gilded Strong Power Metal, or if you don't have a strong Gilded Power Metal, second version is Jack Skeleton. Now the first version I recommend because you don't have to rely so much on resets and you can pretty much go straight forward into it, get that 8 million and you're good to go. I recommend that people don't spend all their jewels or spend money or the resources like chip, dales, mirrors, any of that, or SIDS. This high score challenge, the attack boost 2 and APP plus is a great skill, but not to fight for, not for top 5,000. There are so many of us who are free to play and we're saving our jewels for the really good medals to come out. Now it is an attack boost 2 and APP plus, but all you really need on your medals is an attack boost 2 and low costing. They gave a bunch of APPs. You really just need to rely on a really strong keyblade, focus on one keyblade that is Olympia, Divine Rose, or the Mog. Now the Mog is a little tougher, but we'll talk about that later. So if you have strong power medals, get the Olympia up and you can pretty much clear everything else with that. So if you do all the Adamantite Ore challenges, clear stage 1, 2, and 3, or just 1 and 2, focus on one Keyblade, upgrade it to get that 2.7 slot. As you can see, 2.7 slot with the Musketeer Goofy is a strategy I'm going for here. Now you can use any Gilded Power Metal you have that's strong. As you can see, mine is only a 1.9 multiplier. Anything else that's a little bit more SP, like 2 SP or 3 SP, is going to have a higher multiplier. But you want an AoE power metal that's gilded, chipped, and attack boost 2 on it. For this strategy anyways. For the other strategy, if you got that Jack Skeleton, same setup, just with the Jack Skeleton instead, because everyone should have one that has been playing fairly for a couple months now. If you are new to this high score challenge is not worth the effort or the money for you guys. Focus on other stuff like the formal Mickey board. That's a good investment for 2,500 jewels, especially if you're new. Now for the strategy, boost metal with a defense boost 1, 2, or a second chance. For your second one, I recommend Sax because we want to use as much power metals as possible for this high score challenge, because most of the enemies, especially towards the end, are all speed. There's nothing special on mine, there is no chips. He just has paralysis, just because we need to put some of the enemies asleep so we don't have to reset so much. Second metal, I'm using Megara, and the only reason I'm using her is because she reduces the defense and she also gives 7% towards the score. Besides that, you guys can use anything, but if you have her, use her. I'm going to show you why. And like I said, for the fourth slot is your Gilded Power Metal. This is going to be for the whole strategy. Basically how most of anything goes in this game, if you have one strong metal, the other metals don't have to be really gilded. They just need to support your strong metal, especially your Keyblade. And on the final slot, I'm using Hades. You can use anyone. As you can see, we're not going to use him for his strength. He's going to have sleep. So whatever metal that you have that's in this list right here, that's 7%. And I'm going by the first strategy if you guys don't have any of the pulls from Illustrated Kari. So if you don't have the Riku replica, if you don't have the Mickey, and if you don't have the Antiform Sora. So I'm just relying that you guys only have 7% metals. So anyone from that list, put in the last slot, throw a sleep on them, and let's jump right into this. For the friend metal, you can use any of the illustrated ones, or if you don't have anyone that has illustrated, use a Sephiroth because it's 10% or 7%. The most boost you can get, but we are going to use Illustrated Sora because he is power, and like I said, most of the mobs in here are all speed. Quick little tip in the beginning. If your Gilded Power Metal has more than 2 SP, then I recommend skipping this first guy, skipping all the enemies in the beginning that you can, and just go through, hit the last couple rooms, use all your SP there, because you're going to have to defeat them, and then come back here and restore your SP just by swiping these guys down. But for this run, I don't need to skip them. I'm going to go back and grab that guy. Let's just do this real quick. I'm going to do this for speed-wise for the video, because a lot of people like it if it's just straight to the point. As you can see, there's SP there. We're not going to attack any of the fleets, and that's why we're only going to get 8 million. If you really want to try to get 10 million with this kind of setup, you're gonna have to get really lucky with paralyze. So same thing, we're gonna swipe through all of these, no problem. Don't worry about one turning all this. It does give you a little bit better score if you use medals with higher multipliers by activating their specials. But we don't have to worry about too much. That's only like a couple, like 1 or 2 or 3,000, depending on how many enemies there is and which enemy you hit. And we are going to be activating our specials for the last guys, so don't really have to worry about these little ones, because you are going to be resetting quite a bit, especially if you're relying on sleep and paralysis. So for this, I'm just going to activate Goofy because he only costs us 1 SP, and just to speed it up a little bit. But like I said, you can skip that guy as well just by going above him, and it won't activate the battle if you need more SP. But as you can see, this one gives us a ton of SP chest. And there's actually something coming up that when I made my first high score challenge, someone pointed out when I was looking for the SP chest, I'm like, oh, is this one a 6? Is this one a 1? They pointed out that you can actually see the difference in them. And I can't believe I never realized this. But you see this chest right here, how it's very plain and there's no like triangles on it? That has 1.5 SP in it. The ones that have 3 SP have a couple triangles, like you can see around here, but not as much as this one. That has 3. This is a bigger chest, which has a lot of extra lines and a lot of extra triangles. That has 6. That came from Matthew White. Thank you, Matthew White. Huge shout out to you. I really like to show that when you guys help me out, I do look, I read all your comments, I reply all the back, and I appreciate the extra help like that. So, great one, Matthew White. I can't believe I never saw that. So for this enemy, we're just going to activate our buff, attack him twice with our medals here, not important to put him to sleep or paralyze him, and just activate your Guilty medal. That plus the extra 2 taps in the end, there you go, 1 turn, no problem. Next guy, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. We're going to face 2 airplanes. Now what you want to do for this, there's 2 strategies. First strategy is activate everything and 1 turn them. Second strategy is relying on sacks and your 5th slot medal that has sleep. You want to paralyze them or sleep 1 and focus on taking down 1. But for the sake of this video, let's go right into this. We're going to activate everything. We're going to do as much damage as possible. If you're doing the other way and you don't have enough to 1 turn it, put 1 of them to sleep or paralyze them. We're going to use Magara to lower the defense, avoiding the airplanes, just in case attack boost 2 doesn't go off. But if it does, we're going to be more than fine. This is what I mean. You can put 1 to sleep and just tap the other one, and you won't get 1 turn as long as you have more than 5,000 HP. But we are activating our Sora here. Well, not ours, our friend Sora. It's going to take out the other guy because he has low enough HP, and this one will survive. But now he's going to wake up from that and attack us. You're going to see how much damage he actually does. 5,340. So make sure your defense boost 2 goes off, or you have more than that HP. Now we should go tap away, and we're good to go. The next enemy, since I have a low-cost Musketeer Goofy, I don't have to worry about going back and restoring my SP. I'm just going to activate my buff medal, swipe with the next 2, and straight for Goofy. Goofy's going to take him out even if attack boost 2 doesn't activate because of the piglet. Same thing for the last guy. You're thinking now you should go back and grab SP. He won't be able to 1-turn us unless he does a huge critical. So you can get lucky with paralysis, but I'm just going to activate just my buff and Goofy. I'm not going to defeat him in 1 turn. I'm just going to tap away. He's going to hit me once. You're going to see how much damage he actually does. Almost nothing with defense boost 2. And then we can just go with activate our Goofy again, or just keep tapping because he won't beat you until probably turn 3 or something. Now we're going to have to run back and grab at least 1 chest, because in the next room we're going to face 3 Neo Shadows in one battle. And I'm going to need quite a bit of SP for that. I know, like, I can make it quicker by editing this out, but I want to show you the whole process so you guys kind of get the idea. So we're just going to grab these chests. These are good enough. This one here, we don't need too much because in the next room, after defeat the Neo Shadow, there is Prize Shadows, and they're going to restore most of our SP. I just need enough to activate all my SP, and I think I have a total of 4, 7, 9, 10, and with the friend medal is 12. So I need 12. There's 12 exactly. We're going to grab another one up here, 1.5, and we're good to go. All right, for these guys, same thing as the airplanes. You want to be able to put 1 to sleep and paralyze 1, so you don't die in 1 turn. Or you can do in brute force if you have enough damage, which I hope I do. You just activate everything and just go for the kill. If not, you're going to have to rely on resets from sleep and paralysis. Activate Goofy. Goofy doesn't go off. It's going to be quite a tough one now. I'm going to try to put one to sleep. There you go. One went to sleep. And I'm going to attack this one up here. You're going to see that two of them won't kill us, especially if defense boost 2 goes off. If it didn't go off, we would have been like 100 HP or... No, not 100, like 400. So you do need over 5,000 HP to do this. Now, we don't activate our buff metal. We're just going to activate Goofy because he should be more than enough. Especially if attack boost 2 goes off. And that's that group. So far, no problem. Here's the prize shuttles I was talking about. They're going to restore your SP to like probably 12. Yeah, 12, almost 13. And once again, thank you, Matthew White. This is a 6 chest, as you can see with all the designs. So I am going to take it. And now we're dealing with the invisible. You have to 2-turn this guy. If you don't 2-turn him, he's taking you down. He can even take you down on the first turn, but it depends how much defense you have and how much HP. I'm going to try to paralyze him. It doesn't work. So we're going to use Megara and Goofy and try to go for as much damage as we can on both of those turns. Hades not going to matter even if sleep goes off, and we're going to activate the sword metal. More damage, the better, because we need to 2-turn him to be safe. He's going to probably take down all my HP, almost, 45, 69 with the amount of defense I have. So like I said, we're going all out. Don't worry about your SP, because in the next room, there's a ton of SP chests. And that's the room we're going to get taken down in. So there you go. Activate your friend metal just in case, because I don't think I'd be able to tap a little bit of health. And that takes down the invisible. And we're at 6 million for score. This is without taking down any of the helicopter fleets. If we go back and we fight one of them, actually you guys spend time to paralyze them and slowly wither away his HP, even throw a poison in there with paralyze or sleep, and you will be able to take one of those guys down. But this is as basic as possible, so I don't waste any... Sorry, camera cuts out. This is to make sure that I'm not wasting any of your SIDs, any of your skills, or any of your jewels trying to get the proper medals. This is whatever you guys have, take it and go in. Because this high score challenge is good, but not worth the fight for top 5,000. Just try to get that 10 million score, or as high as possible to get most of those prizes. Now, there's 2 things you can do in this room. First thing, there's 3 things. Skip this guy, not worth it. This one right here, okay, I lied. Each of these groups has 3 enemies, the cannons or the airplanes. What you can do is keep resetting and trying to put one to sleep and paralyze the other, put poison on it, and focusing on killing one guy, and then the next and the next. And hopefully paralyze and poison sleep go off. But like I said, it's a lot of resources, a lot of time, not worth the effort. What we are going to do is go to the last guy. Because there's so many enemies in this one group, we're going to get a higher score than the other ones, because we're not going to be able to survive more than 1 turn from any of them if nothing goes off. So we're going to go all out. Throw out the big guns, whatever kind of guns we have here. They're not that great. But as you can see, we're going to get around 8 million with this. If your Guilty Metal goes off, or if your Guilty Metal is stronger than mine, then you can probably take these guys out. We'll use Megara on one of them just so we can do a little bit extra damage. And hopefully attack boost 2 goes off, and you can see that we're going to hit 8 million. Or close to it, at least. So swipe with Hades, there's no point in trying to put one to sleep, and this is the end of the video, guys. This is getting about 8 million or pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. So if you're lucky, you can probably paralyze 1, sleep 1, and defense boost 2 goes off. But if not, you're getting close to 8 million without taking out any of those big helicopter groups. This is it, guys. It's very simple because I don't know what you have, and I don't know what your setup is, and I don't know what level your keyblades are. So I'm trying to be as general as possible, and hopefully this helps some of you out. Like I said, the fight for top 5,000 is not worth spending all your resources or jewels on. There is going to be so much better stuff out there. There's going to be Christmas coming up, and there's apparently an update that I just saw for November 10th. So we'll see what they add in there. So don't go crazy with this one. This is very basic. If you want to stick to this, stick to this. If you got some of those 40% medals, like the Antiform Sora, the, I don't know why I can't think of names, the Riku Replica, and the Mickey, if you got that, throw it in there. Just throw a Paralyze on them and put a Sleep on the last slot. And you're going to be able to take down more enemies a lot quicker. And that 40% boost will get you closer to that 10 mil. I think if you have an Antiform Sora, you should be able to take down the helicopter fleet. If not, I'm going to show you my second strategy, what does involve using the 14% metals, and you will get 10 million with that or more. So if you guys did like this, if you think I did something right or something wrong, let me know in the comments. I love talking to you guys. I appreciate everything you need to tell me. It all matters. I read every comment. I try to reply to as many as I can because I do work a lot and it's not as easy, but I am trying. So if you want to see the next guides or any of my future guides, or you like the way my videos are, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.